Hi guys, and welcome to week 30 of my pregnancy updates. I'm in the car again because I've got a midwife appointment, and this is like just a normal checkup. So heartbeat, I assume, blood sugar levels will be checked, my uterus will be checked, that sort of thing. A bit of a hectic week because yesterday Otto, I took him to nursery, and like an hour later they called saying you have to pick him up because his nose is running. Because of corona they're so strict, like he can't even have a runny nose, and because it's still a bit stuffy today. He's not coughing or anything like that, he's just got like a stuffy nose. I'm not sure if it's like actually a cold or if he's got like allergies, but he's quite stuffy. So I kept him off again today. He's been off for 5 weeks from summer. He hasn't been sick once. He's been back for what, 5-6 days, and he's now having to have a week off because of like the strictness of corona. And it's just, I'm pretty sure he's off nursery more than he actually goes, which is kind of frustrating because it's fine when it's planned. Like I knew the summer was coming, but when it's not planned it's kind of hard because I had so much I needed to do, just sorting stuff out. I wanted to get started sorting baby stuff out, and so that's now not going to happen. But it's fine. I've had to leave him in front of the telly to come to this appointment because he can't come because he's stuffy. And my husband's working from home, so my husband's working at the table and he's watching some telly while I have my appointment. But that's what's happening currently this week. I'm feeling okay. Lots of tightening of my tummy. I'm going to ask actually the midwife and let you know if it's actually just the baby pushing out or if they are Braxton Hicks contractions, because I'm a bit confused which or what, to be honest. But yes, I am feeling good. Last night I felt a bit sick. I didn't have any appetite yesterday at all. I had my breakfast. I didn't actually have lunch, but I did eat a slice of cheesecake, so that's probably enough for lunch. Maybe. And then at dinner time I really wasn't hungry. I felt really like bloated, and I also felt like really uncomfortable and a bit nauseous. But then I ate my dinner anyway because I thought we haven't eaten enough today, so I did that, and actually I felt better. Which is weird because obviously I was hungry and my body needed the food, but I just felt so full, like I just didn't feel hungry at all. So that's very bizarre. But yeah, that's currently how I'm feeling this week. I'm gonna go to my appointment now and I'll catch up with you after. Hey guys, so I didn't update you yesterday about the midwife because I rushed home to see Otto because the appointment took a little bit longer than I thought it was going to be. And obviously Otto was home with his dad, but his dad was working from home, so I was like rushing back so that I could take over again. So I didn't update you yesterday, but the midwife appointment went well. We discussed just like normal things, trying to come up with a solution. The midwife, bless her, was like just trying to come up with solutions in case we can't get family here, but there aren't really any solutions. So that, and also we checked my blood sugar levels and all that sort of thing, and they're fine. Because remember last time I went, if you watched that previous one, I can't remember what week that was, but I was really hungry when I was like leaving, so I ate a chocolate bar and a half before the appointment, and my sugar levels were super high, and they were like, what's a bit high. And this time I didn't eat any chocolate, my levels are completely fine. And then we checked my uterus, and that seems to be growing at a good rate. Size, I don't really know sort of how it works, but they sort of put a tape measure on your pelvic bone when you're laying down and then measure up to the top of your uterus. I don't know how they can feel the uterus, but I assume they just know what they're feeling for. To me it just feels like my tummy. And she said it's looking good, and also listen to the baby's heart rate, and that's why the appointment took longer, because he was having a nice little dance around. So when she did the heart rate, it was really high. It was like 170, it's supposed to be like 140. So she was like, oh, you're gonna have to just lay here for about 10 minutes and then I'm gonna come back and redo it. So I just lay there while she wrote the notes up for the appointment, and then she came back and we checked the heart rate again, and it was back to 140 because he'd stopped having his little dance. So everything was good and fine. We booked another appointment for week 32, which is such a busy week for me. Why is everything always happening in 1 week? I have a midwife appointment. I have an appointment with the hospital, you know, to talk about the birthing plan for like so that we can really discuss what can happen and discuss what happened last time so that it doesn't happen again. And then I also have the appointment for a scan to make sure that baby is growing well, because I'm small and they always want to check that baby is growing well with me. They did it with Otto as well, because I'm a petite person and they're like, your bump's quite small and you're quite small, so we just want to make sure everything was fine with Otto as well. And I don't think there's anything wrong with this one either. He moves around so much, and also I feel like I'm a little bit bigger this time than I was with Otto, so I don't particularly have any concerns on that. But obviously quite exciting because I get to see him again. So that was the appointment yesterday. I feel like I just talk forever. But today I had Otto again, because I normally have Otto on a Wednesday anyway, but he's been off all week because he had that like cold. He's much better today, so much more himself. But we popped into Decathlon because my pelvic girdle pain, I don't know if it's pelvic girdle pain or not. When I keep moving the camera because I have a light on, because there's no lights in this room, like main lights, don't ask me why, bizarre. So I've only got one lamp in here and the light that's sort of on the stairs, so I keep trying to make it so that I'm actually in the light, not in like a weird shadow. But anyway, I don't know if it's pelvic girdle pain, but when I was pregnant with Otto, when it came to like week 30-ish, so nearly pretty much where I am now, my hip on my right side, it's always just the right side, it's the same size this time as well, became very, very painful, and it got worse and worse and worse, till I couldn't actually like walk on it, and it was really painful. Like I literally couldn't put weight on my leg. So what I did is I went into Decathlon today and I purchased, you can see here next to the Hoover, a ball and a roller. So the ball I'm going to do some exercises on, which I'll show you probably some point this week, and also a roller to roll my leg out to make sure it's being stretched, because I actually find if I stretch and sort of move it and keep it flexible, it really, really helps. I felt it really twinging today and I thought, right, let's get on it now. I obviously have no idea if this is going to help or not. It might not work at all, but my plan is to do these exercises nearly every day. I've just sort of Googled pelvic girdle ball exercises, and I'm going to do those. Really not, they're not like hard exercises, it's just like moving your hips in circles and figures of 8 and stuff like that, and stretching. I'll have to do a little clip of it when I do them, but I'm going to try and do it every day and hopefully keep my hip okay. If it gets really, really bad, then I will go back to the chiropractor, which is what I had to do with Otto, which really helps, but obviously it's quite an expensive thing to do. So if I can keep it under control myself, I'm going to try, and if not, then I'll have to pop to the chiropractor. But that is currently the situation. Yesterday I discussed getting a ball to do my exercises, which you've just seen me do. There's just a few that I do. Just put Otto to bed actually like 10 minutes early because we've had quite a day. His cold has gone a bit worse. He's been coughing a bit more today. He seems fine. Like this morning he was a lot worse than he is now. But I think just because of that, it just makes obviously him a little bit more grouchy. So we've had quite a hard day. It's also been absolutely pouring with rain all day long, so it's been really hard to like do stuff because we normally just do stuff outside in the garden and so on. Haven't been able to get out so much, and then when we do go out, he didn't want to listen to me. We were on his bike and had a bit of a meltdown because he was like not wanting to go like the safe way. So he had a massive tantrum, and I was like shouting at him. Like not really shouting at him, but I had to like pick him up, and then he had a massive tantrum in my arms, and then he sort of flung himself onto the floor, and I kind of just shoved the bike on the floor and was like, you have to just listen to me because you're on a road and we need to be really safe. And this man was like came out of his house, and I think he was like watching us because I was like Otto was having this massive tantrum. But anyhow, never mind. Really stressful day. Lots of anxiety. I haven't felt very well. Felt quite sick earlier. I've been having lots and lots of Braxton Hicks contractions, which have been very uncomfortable actually, and just feeling not great, particularly today. And I think, I mean, it doesn't help that I've been literally running after and looking after Otto the whole week when I'm supposed to have sort of 3 mornings off to sort of relax and do my Swedish learning and just sort of sit down in front of a computer and do my like work rather than running around. But anyhow, that is the update for today. I'm super exhausted, feeling a little bit deflated. I always feel really bad when I get angry, like with Otto, because he's just a child. He's like 2.5, but you know, sometimes you just get frustrated, and I feel so guilty when it happens. I even apologise to him because, you know, you can't really get angry with them because they're just kids, or children, or you know. But a hard day for me today. Lots of mum guilt, lots of anxiety, lots of feeling uncomfortable. But anyhow, I'm gonna go do the cleaning now. And then I'm gonna relax for the evening. It's like 7:20 now, 7:30. So I'm gonna go and do the cleaning, and then I will stop for the day and do my Swedish, and well, I'll sit down and do my Swedish, and then I'll actually relax. But yeah, that's the update for today. Hey guys, so I've just walked the recycling bank and did my recycling. I uploaded my 28-week pregnancy update last night, and woke up to some like just 2 actually horrible comments, which I know shouldn't bother me, but I do YouTube for fun basically, not my job. I don't get paid for it or anything like that. I really enjoy doing my videos, and I just don't expect that when I only get like maybe 100 views per video max, pretty much. And like one person called me pregnancy nasty and gross. I mean, who does that? I mean, that person is obviously very unhappy in themselves, but another person was like, oh, I don't understand why you're just reading off the internet, I'm unsubscribing. But actually that's just the end of the video, and I've always done it, so they obviously never watched any of my other videos, because that's what I always do. I do my week, tell you how I'm feeling, and then I say sort of how other people might be feeling as well. But anyhow, it really got me down. Been having, you know, been trying to explain to you all about my emotional issues. We're trying to get family here. I mean, the likelihood is that I might actually have to give birth alone. Like, that's insanely stressful. And I don't really need more hate from people that I've never met before. And it's really kind of got to me today. And I know it shouldn't, but if you are thinking bad things about me, that's fine. Just don't comment on it, because if you wouldn't say it to my face, definitely don't type it just because you're behind a screen. And unsubscribe, that's fine. Absolutely fine. I don't really want nasty people watching me anyway. So, anyhow, just feeling a bit emotional and a bit sad. I've been having so many Braxton Hicks contractions this time round. I've been so uncomfortable. Heartburn has gone to another level. I bought some Rennies yesterday to try and help it. Just feeling a bit worse for wear. I've had Otto all week because he's had a cold and therefore can't go to nursery. I'm looking forward to the time where you can actually go to school because you've got a cold, because he's not actually ill, you just got a bit of a cold. And of course, because of corona, everyone has to be off school if they have a little bit of a sniffle. But anyhow, he's fine. But I've had a really tiring week because I've been running around after him. We went swimming yesterday, and then we also went to like a soft play thing, which we haven't been for over a year because of corona. But because it was the weekday, I thought it can't be that busy, so I took him, and actually it wasn't that busy, and he had a wonderful time. We were running around for like 2.5 hours in there, going down slides, and I was exhausted afterwards. But anyhow, that's my update. And just further on from what I've been saying previously about the hate things, I have a few followers who are just incredible, always commenting, always being insanely supportive and kind and wonderful. And I just want to say that I really, really appreciate you so much. And every week when I get a nice comment from you guys, I just think, wow, thank you so much. It really, really brings happiness to me. So thank you so much for that. I know I shouldn't dwell on the haters, but I just think, because I'm such a small little channel, it's just like me having a bit of fun, really. It just came to a bit of a shock, I think. But I just wanted to add that in. I'm just going to go and try and be a bit happy. It just really brought me down. Really, really brought me down. But I never know if I should just delete the comments, because I really want this place to, like, this channel to be like a really happy place. A little happy sort of haven for everyone to come to. But anyhow, that is the update right now, and I'll speak to you soon. Hey guys, so I thought I'd give you an update as I'm walking Appa, just here, in the forest, and I thought I'd update you while I'm out and about having a nice walk. I am very, very suffering today with allergies, which is a bit strange. Like my nose, I keep sneezing so much because, it's really frustrating. I'm not sure why, if it's like something to do with pregnancy, because I can't breathe at the moment, because I literally, where are you going, Effie? I don't know if it's because I really can't breathe at the moment with the baby pushing my ribs into my heart, which is super uncomfortable. Or if it's because the seasons are changing. It's definitely coming into more autumn now here. It's much cooler than it was a few weeks ago. But yeah, very, very stuffy today. An allergy, and I normally just take an allergy tablet because I do suffer from allergies, but because I'm pregnant I don't really want to, so I'm just kind of sneezing my way through the day. But I'm going to show you where I am. If I can turn the camera around 1 second. There we go. I had to stop filming and turn the camera around, but this is where I currently am with Appa, in the middle of the forest. No one around. It's quite good though, because this path is actually lit and it's a circle, so I can just go around. My hip was really hurting this morning, so I thought it was going to be really bad, like hurt all morning, and then I had a little nap when Otto had a nap, his afternoon nap, and then we went out for the afternoon of a couple of hours just walking around in a park, and I took the other dog with us and my husband, and actually it feels a lot better right now, so that's good. 1 second, the bike just passed me, it quite scared me, I wasn't expecting it. Mountain biking, but anyhow, yeah, feeling much better in the hip right this second. I was thinking I'm going to have to go to the chiropractor this morning because it was just really bugging me. And I just don't want to be in any more discomfort than I already am, because I find it really hard with the pushing of the ribs in this particular pregnancy. I didn't have it at all in my first, which I've mentioned before, but this is really hard. But having a nice walk in the forest, getting some exercise, and yeah, feeling quite good, apart from my very much snotty nose and the fact that my ribs are being squished, but otherwise I feel good. Baby is being like the baby's active, but like the Braxton Hicks are getting worse. Constantly having Braxton Hicks contractions, which I don't know if that just like means like your uterus is just preparing, because I had Braxton Hicks with Otto, but this ones are like a lot more frequent, and I feel like they're more painful than the ones I had with Otto. It's really hard to remember, I think, between pregnancies, but that is my update for you right now. I'm just going to enjoy my walk with Appa. Hey guys, so it's the end of week 30. I hope you enjoyed this video. Obviously quite a hard week emotionally, and I'm feeling a lot better now that it's the end of the week, and I'm trying to be a lot more positive and stuff like that. Just sometimes mean people get to me, and I think that's just normal. And also being pregnant and hormones is also definitely affecting my brain. I've been having so many Braxton Hicks this week, and I feel like my boobs have grown again, and I've been feeling very tired and just quite a lot of pain actually. I'm just in the abdominal area. Definitely when the Braxton Hicks are happening. I don't know why I'm having so many this time round. Maybe it's because my uterus has already sort of done it once. It's like, come on, let's just keep going and practice. But otherwise a really good week. I was going to read, you know, the weekly thing on the internet, but I don't know if I should, because people were mean about week 28 of it. So anyhow, I'm going to do it because I've done it for the entire pregnancy, and that was the only time someone's ever commented on it. So I'm going to say that at week 30 your baby's 39.9 centimetres, so nearly 40 centimetres, which is insane. Only like, an average baby's 50 centimetres, so not too far to go. Otto, when he was born, was 47 centimetres, so he was a bit shorter than sort of, I guess, average. I'm quite small though, so I don't know if this baby will be bigger or the same as Otto, but we'll find out in a few weeks' time when I have another scan, just to make sure he's growing okay. And then what else does it say? It weighs approximately 1,319 grams, so like just over a kilo now as well. So at 30 weeks, I'm just going to quickly abbreviate what it says. It says that now that your baby can see, and the eyes are open wide, and they can see through the uterus. Also the brain is growing a lot, now forming red blood cells, shedding the luego that's present on the skin. Hair on baby's head is actually growing thicker at this point. Fluid is now present on the air sacs inside the lungs, to help them take their first breath. So a lot happened this week as well, and obviously with us women who are going through all these changes as well, just the normal things, breast changes, veins on the surface may become more prominent, nipples may become larger and darker. Colostrum, the first milk that your baby will drink, is now present in your breast and may even leak a little. So that's quite interesting, isn't it, that it's there ready to go. Boobs have got a lot bigger. Oh, this happens more frequently during second pregnancies apparently. And I did say like a few weeks ago I wondered if I'd leaked a bit of milk. I don't know, it was just like a little tiny wet mark on my boob. But it felt like something came on my boob, but who knows. It also says that you can monitor your baby's movements through a kick monitor if you want. I personally don't like doing that because it just makes me worry. Also when Otto was born, I started like taking notes when I was breastfeeding, which breast it was, how long it was for. Really freaked me out. And then I got so like worked up about him like not feeding for very long, and I was like, oh my god, he's only been on the boob for like 3 minutes on that side, but then he has like 10 minutes on this side, and trying to really freak me out, that kind of thing, like trying to work, like, no, not for me. It might be for you, not for me personally. When I'm breastfeeding, well, what I did with Otto was I just shoved him on one boob, he sucked for a certain amount of time, and then I took him off and put him on the other boob. So both boobs are always being used. at this, like during each feed, and that worked for me, and I breastfed him for 16 months, so it worked for me doing it that way, and I sort of plan to do that again this time round if I can. Obviously every pregnancy is different, but I'm hoping to sort of do the same sort of thing this time round. I really loved breastfeeding a lot. It was a nice experience, I guess. It was just something very bonding with your baby, and yeah, definitely if I can, that's what I'm going to do. Obviously if complications arise, then I'm absolutely happy, of course, to go on a bottle, because fed is better, is like best, but yeah, I really did enjoy breastfeeding. But that's going to be it for this video. I'm going to show you my bump quickly. Otto's awake, by the way, is why you can hear him screaming, because he's too tired, and he's decided that he's not going to sleep because he's too tired. But this is my bump. Currently winning. I feel like it's getting bigger. This is like a non-maternity top, and it's definitely too short. But there we go. Big bump. So anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, do subscribe, and I'll see you next week.